What's up everyone? So welcome back to another Bike Gladiator Ring Showdown. This is where I take all the best complete bikes and put them head to head against one another to figure out which bike's actually the best. But what I need from you, real quick, head down in the comments and let me know which two bikes you want to face off next. I'm going to shout you out in the next video since you're the one that suggested it. Now today we have the super popular Cult Devotion versus the really affordable Kink Switch. Which one's the best? Both of these bikes are for street, but we're going to compare what's the best bang for your buck. Let's get right into the video. The Dugster Bomb mission. Growing BMX by making it fun and easy to understand. For some of us, it's an escape. For others, it's a passion. But for all of us, it's a lifestyle. You're gonna love this sport. I'm glad you're letting me teach you everything that I know about it. Alright, so if you guys are new to this series, let me explain real quick how this works. We're going to take the two bikes, and then we're going to subtract the least expensive bike from the most expensive bike, and that's going to give us a decimal point that we subtract from the most expensive bike's life points. Both bikes start with 10 life points, and then we run through the different quality aspects of the bike and take a point off for whichever bike has the lower quality version of that. And what this does is this gives us a real clear look on which bike has the most bang for the buck, if that makes any sense. Now, Jay Drury suggested doing the Kink Switch versus the Cult Devotion, so he's going to remain on the whiteboard for the rest of the video. But let me tell you the descriptions of the two bikes. So, this is what Kink says about the Switch. All new model for 2021, the Kink Switch is truly a standout bike in our lineup. Designed as a brakeless bike, the Switch also includes removable brake mounts and a full brake set for those wanting to ride with brakes. The 2021 Switch doesn't disappoint in its design or components either, and features 100% 4130 chromoly construction and sealed bearings throughout the bike. It comes with two plastic pegs, and it means it's grind ready out of the box. Comes in the unique matte gravity purple colorway and is paired with all black parts, a raw stem, and the Kinkski aftermarket seat. Now this is what Colt says about the Devotion real quick, and then we'll get right into the fun part. As far as bikes go, Colt has one hell of a following. With equally rad founders and team alike, a favorite amongst both beginners and pros, these are awesome, solid bikes that are built to last. Not in stores, the 2021 models have almost sold out this early release before even getting unpacked. The Devotion is top of Colt's range of complete bikes and is ready to ride for any level. Now, that part's true about them being sold out. I mean, a lot of these bikes this year, they sold out so fast. It's crazy. It blows my mind. But it means there's a lot of you guys out there researching bikes, getting ready to get in the sport. I'm super excited to take you on this journey of everything you need to know about BMX. But now let's get right into the fun part. All right, so each bike is gonna get its 10 life points here. Hello, thank you, Jay. Okay, so the way it works, 540 minus 500 gives us 40. 0.4 is gonna be taken away from the Devotion, and it's going to start out with 9.6. If that doesn't make sense to you, it barely makes sense to me, but it's worked out very good so far. Now, let's head over and look at the frame material. Both of these bikes are 100% chromoly. And this is the first thing that I look at when I'm classifying a bike as beginner, mid, high, or pro level. So these bikes are definitely mid-level bikes with the full chromoly. No points are going to be taken away. Next, they both also have full chromoly bars, which is going to help you out because when you land really hard on those big street drops, your bars are not going to bend. That's good. Next, again, they're both double wall rims. So far, these bikes are super similar, and you can obviously tell that by the price range. They're both in the same price range. The weight is where it gets a little bit different. Now the Kink Switch weighs 27 pounds and 10 ounces, where the Cult Devotion weighs 26.8. So the Devotion does weigh a little bit less, but keep in mind the Switch comes with 2 pegs, and so does the Devotion actually. So they both come with pegs, and that's going to be a point taken away from the Switch. Now it goes down to 9, okay? Next, they both have fully sealed bearings. One thing to point out that's not on here is the Switch has a free coaster, while the Devotion has a cassette. I think I spelled that wrong, but that's okay. Free coaster, cassette. Keep that in mind when you're shopping for a bike. If you want a free coaster, this is going to be the better choice. If you hate free coasters, that's going to be a better choice. But now these next 2 things aren't as important as everything up here. And it's going to be the amount of aftermarket parts and the different variations of the bike. And what the variations mean is, like, for example, Kink has a Kink Gap, Gap Free Coaster, and Gap XL. Neither of these bikes have any variations. They just have the Kink Switch and the Cult Devotion. However, the Switch has 5 aftermarket parts, where the Devotion has 3. So that's going to be half a point taken away from the Devotion, and we get 9.1 to 9, and that's it. So as you can see, the Cult Devotion is just barely got 0.1 health points more than the Kink Switch. You're going to get a lighter bike that's overall the same quality as the Switch. The only real difference is it's a little lighter, and it does come with a cassette. But you can obviously see 9.1 and 9 are almost identical, and that's with taking away the 0.4 early on. Okay, so all in all, these are going to be very comparable bikes. Here's a couple differences you need to keep in mind. Cult Devotion has a 21-inch top tube. Go Google a size guide and figure out if that's the right size for you. If it's not, the Kink Switch has a 20.75-inch top tube, which is going to suit smaller riders just a little bit better. Like I mentioned, the Devotion has a cassette, the Switch has a free coaster. So you need to figure out what you want to ride first before you go and make this decision. The third important thing is the chain stays. I'm not going to write it down on here, but the Devotion has like a 13.25, I think, and the Switch has a 12.75, meaning the back end on the Switch is going to be a lot more responsive and like for technical spins and things like that, while the Devotion gives you a lot better controlled, flowy feeling. And with that being said, those are the only main differences in the bike. They're both pretty similar, really good bikes. Thank you, Jay, for telling me to do these 2. It was a lot of fun. All right, guys, so that is going to be the end of the video. If you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe, because I'm always working on new stuff. I have so much fun doing all this, helping you guys out with BMX and keeping the ball rolling so that you can become a better bike rider. Now, I do have really in-depth reviews on both these bikes. I have a review on my website where you can see more pictures, see me talk about different things, about how I feel about the quality, how I feel about the price, things like that. And then I also have video reviews that run about 8 to 10 minutes long. I'll pop those up on the end screen, so if you're interested in checking out any of these reviews in more depth, click on them, go check that out. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and don't forget to hit the like button. Thanks.